Welcome to episode 16 of the Being Crisis podcast. Just want to quickly apologise for the first few minutes of the show where OBS decided to pick up two of my microphones at the same time, but this does get resolved on the fly, so please enjoy this episode. Hello, and welcome back to Being Crisis, the podcast. It has been a couple of months since we last did one of these things. I think it was the Summer Games Fest. But there's a reason we haven't done one of these, and that is because of my co-host. As you can see, the name of this episode is Our Man in Japan. And live from Japan, Ash, how are you doing, my friend?
Oh, time zones suck. It's early in the morning.
Yeah.
But
It's currently
yes,
11 o'clock at
really-
night here in the UK, 7 a.m. over in Japan.
Yes. So yeah, it's been 3 weeks already. I'm going to be leaving today from Tokyo. So spent 3 weeks in and around the general area of Tokyo. But then I'm going to be leaving now for my little JR Rail Pass kicks in. So I'll be traveling around. First stop is Masamoto, Nagano, Kanazawa, and then on to Kyoto. So that's like the next week or two. But yeah, it's pretty much highlights of the last 3 weeks for me. Well, obviously having been in Tokyo before, you kind of do the usual, go and see the Shibuya crossing. But once you've done it before, you kind of have to look for newer things to do. And one surprising thing I did, which was purely coincidental, didn't mean to happen, was I read a pamphlet about a place called Nikko. It's just about an hour and a half north of Tokyo. And you know me, I'm a mountain man, so
Indeed.
I thought, yeah, it looks fantastic. And there's a lot of like waterfalls, shrines I would like to go and see, but they were quite spread out. So if you were to rely on public transport, it could be quite awkward. So when I saw this, I read the car. Japan, they drive on the left. Why not? It'll be easy. So yeah, I booked in a hostel. I was 20 seconds away from the train station, and then lo and behold, the Toyota car rental was right next door to the hostel, so even more convenient. Picked the car up. So I got there on the Saturday, picked the car up, so I was only there for a weekend. We can see where we're going with this. Just randomly took the car out for a drive. Yeah, and I just started winding up this very, very steep hill. Well, and it just kept winding back and forth, back and I was bloody hell. This is mental. This is very steep. And on the sat nav, it was showing the inertia road, and I went, that sounds familiar. Parking at the top, did I only then realise that it was the road from Initial D, and I was driving it in a Toyota, not necessarily the particular Toyota, but
Not the
nevertheless, it's
Hachiroku.
the closest I'm going to get to the authentic real thing. And it was then the day after when I actually went back up that road to go and visit the lake. Shit, I forgot the name of the lake. It's not Lake Ash. That's like near Mount Fuji. But yeah, I actually got to see a young lad in a Mitsubishi Evo throw the arse end of his car out and start drifting up there, and that
Nice.
just made my day. Made
Oh,
the trip.
I have
Seeing
accidentally
that,
got
it
rid
was
of your
fantastic.
webcam there. I
Disappeared.
was trying to give you a link to bring up chat in case you can't see it. Because Mag
Other than
is
that,
hoping you're doing well over there.
I am doing fantastic, Mag. Thank you very much. I was supposed to be losing weight, but the food here is goddamn incredible. I'm probably going to butcher trying to say this. I tried okonomiyaki for the first time. The only way I can explain it is like it's like an omelet on steroids. And there's like different regional differences for that as well. So I actually got to try one that was more specific to Osaka. But then apparently, if you have okonomiyaki in Hiroshima, they do it with noodles, so it's all different. So yeah, that it is a country for food. That everyone everywhere has their own unique food. So like I'm going to Masamoto right now. Masamoto, It's the only area of Japan where wasabi is grown, so there's that. Has its own like form of soba noodles.
Just to
The
cut in
fruit,
quickly, Max saying again, chat, the food being too good is an interesting problem to have.
yeah, it's a first world problem. Let's put it that way. I'm not not exactly that worried. But yeah, it having a really good time. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know if you jumped on the when you jumped in the chat, Mag, or not, but yeah, I'm gonna be leaving Tokyo today and traveling around. But other than I'd say Nico, I'd say Kamakura. So Kamakura is like an hour outside, and it's just this beach resort, not far from Tokyo, just down from Yokohama. Fantastic. Other than that, there are a few things in Tokyo that I've kind of left and haven't done for good reason, and that is I'm coming back here in 3 weeks' time. So I do 3 weeks of travel around Japan, then 2 weeks I then spend in Tokyo before moving on to Thailand. So like going to see the Gundam, the giant Gundam, which apparently I need to see because they are going to be apparently getting rid of it next year.
They change it around. That's what they usually do.
Yeah, so they close it down for a period to change it
Yeah.
around. But
You're
yeah, I
lucky
get to
there
see.
with a Unicorn Gundam, which has a destroy mode that happens, I think, once every 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
That's the
to
thing you need
sit
to go there
down.
for when all the panels open up or close, depending on which way around you've gone.
Exactly. But yeah, I plenty of stuff to do.
And some of it
Um,
semi-video game related, because we just mentioned Initial D, which fair enough is more manga
mhm.
anime, but it does have video games. And obviously
Well,
Kabukicho as well, you managed to get yourself over to.
yes,
Which to
funny
you,
funny story.
like a dragon fans, that
Yes.
is Kamurocho.
And when you do play like a dragon, there is the unwarranted
Advances?
working woman advances, like the working women that try to uh, kind of solicit some opportunity and well, they want to see what you want. If you pay for sex, essentially, yeah. Let's not beat around the bush here.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is a
that
mature
is
podcast. We can talk this
that
shit.
that is genuine. I went there 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock in like in the afternoon, specifically because I didn't want to go there to take photos late at night because it is busy and like it is really busy. Uh, so it is actually nice to go there in the day. However, even in the day, again, I got asked like, do I want a happy ending by two different people, and I was just no, I'm just here to take photos. Who wants happy ending 12 o'clock in the afternoon as well? It's just
There's always someone.
my God. There's always someone. But anyway, I got there, took the photo for you, and kind of got out of there, get the heck out of Dodge. But other game related, something I've done and I've kind of got myself in a bit of, I wouldn't say trouble, but I'm gonna have some trouble. Is I obviously visited the Final Fantasy 14 pop up cafe in Shinjuku yesterday. Sorry, day before. Got there, seen the limited edition Final Fantasy 14 whiskies. So they're obviously based on the three major cities: Gridania, Limsa, and Nuldar, and decided to buy all three, uh, which is fine. However, I obviously not going back to Japan from here, so I have the awkwardness of trying to get it back to the UK. Shipping whiskey is very difficult. Um, Good. Get any closer, should be breathing down my neck. Uh, yeah, it's yeah. There's the so it's like, oh, how do I get these whiskies back to the UK? Luckily, we have a mutual friend that is coming to Tokyo, and I'll be meeting them out here. So they have also helpfully kind of I asked them if they could potentially be what is essentially an alcohol meal and please take my whiskey back to the UK for me. Uh, and I keep one bottle on me because that's the legal limit I could take into to Thailand, and then which then my partner takes the third bottle back to the UK. But they will get back to the UK, and they will be part of my whiskey collection eventually.
And never to be drunk.
they look too good to be. I have.
You've tasted them, and I am very
I tasted
jealous.
them. So, although I did some whiskey tasting, well, I had some whiskey last night. A friend of mine I've met in the hostel, a Japanese fellow, Mikio, who lives here at this hostel. Retired man. He kind of just stays at different hostels. He just likes hanging around with tourists, and having a good drink. So apparently that's his retirement. So fair play, nice for some. And yeah, we went to a whiskey bar last night, and I tried what was it? The Balverine 12-year
Yeah.
double oak and Hibiki, which you still are not happy about.
No.
Lovely, lovely stuff.
Yeah. One of my favourite whiskies, to be sure. And again, features in the Like a Dragon game. So we are semi-video game relevant in this podcast still.
Well, to bring it back to games, one of the other things obviously done while I was out here is I purchased a general ticket to go, kind of last minute as well. So general ticket to go and see Tokyo Game Show. My God, that place was busy.
Yeah. So before you go into that, you've done a couple of conventions here in the UK now. How does it compare doing like a anime Comic Con in Cardiff and North Wales to being in Tokyo at TGS?
TGS had everything. I mean, it's like if I've been to like a anime convention or a game like festival in UK, unless of course you specifically go to in London, perhaps. You the amount of like expos they actually had on there, like you could try all the different VR headsets and all the major like game publishers and developers were there. Square Enix pretty much had its own half a section of this one entire like building just purely kind of like carved out purely for Square Enix, and you think
There's a
oh
good
yeah,
reason for that we'll get into.
gives me opportunity to play Final Fantasy VII. Play the Rebirth demo. My God, you would have to get there 8 in the morning. There was a separate ticket that you have to pick up when you first get there, and there were people that were. When I got there for like 1 o'clock, they were queuing since 8 o'clock to play the demo. So they had pretty much spent their entire time at TGS sat in a queue, which is crazy. I was not prepared to do that. So
Even being
unfortunately, I didn't
British,
get to
that's
play
an
the
hour queues.
there's only so much queue I can put up with. That was a big queue, capital queue.
But you did walk away with a bit of swag, didn't you?
I did. So if you just kind of followed the flow of traffic and just there would be people on the side just handing out just free swag, and I was like, yeah, okay. If I'm not gonna get the opportunity to play any games, I'm at least gonna leave this place with something. So yeah, just walking around. There was, I think, my one favorite bag of swag was a company called Gem Drops, and I'd never heard of Gem Drops, but apparently they're the ones who assisted Square Enix with the HD remaster of Star Ocean 2. And they also, so when I looked at it, they're actually Tokyo RPG Factory. So I Am Setsuna and the Lost Sphere, those games were
And
that
only
company.
Naki, I believe, was the third.
Ononaki, yeah. Yeah, and they was like this tenigiri, which is that cloth that you wear on your head. It was like a free tenigiri that was like styled to the brand, a little commemorative gold coin and like perhaps so yeah, just nice little kind of bits of swag that were handed out. I haven't got them on me to show from the fact that I had just shipped everything back to the UK yesterday. I hope to God it actually gets to the UK, so we shall see.
Fingers
Paid
crossed.
£30 to deliver a 2 kilogram parcel. It was not cheap. I was going to deliver a box, but then that turns out to be like £400, which is insane.
Jesus.
Everyone's getting key rings for birthdays and Christmas this year.
Everybody gets a keyring. You get a keyring. You get a keyring.
Yeah.
You all get a keyring.
No offense though, there's some really good key rings here.
Yeah,
Like
I'm sure
Japan's
there
just
is.
the king of key
I'll have to
rings.
wait for Christmas to find out. But yeah, what else did you see on the show floor that stood out? Because there was some stuff that was obviously announced at TGS.
So Sega's demo was fantastic. They had some so for like Persona 3 Reload and Persona 5 Tactica. So for Persona 5 Tactica especially, they had the like dance performers on stage dressed up obviously as the characters from Persona 5. Uh, yeah, they put a lot of like presentation into it. Obviously, like a dragon as well. They actually had the character people dressed up like the characters and were kind of doing a show. I didn't understand anything they said for good reason, you know.
Yeah, I
It's
am so looking forward to Infinity Wealth, like a Dragon
mm,
#8.
yeah, they did have that one obviously
Yeah.
displayed there, but like yeah, it was, and also they had the like collector's editions of the particular games that are being sold. So like the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth collector's edition looks fantastic. I do like the models, quite large.
You can
I
get
was
your
quite
19 inches of Sephiroth.
yeah, fair place if you can afford it. It's not what
Oh,
was it
but it's sold
in
out everywhere. Everyone wanted a
really? Is that
Sephiroth. Yeah, it's sold out in like 10 minutes everywhere.
damn? It was like £400. If
Yeah.
I remember, it was yeah,
Oh, they were
fair
silly.
place. Although there was a nice, it wasn't 19 inches, it was much bigger. I've got a picture of it. So there was a Kojima statue, Death Stranding. Yeah, and when I sat there, looked how much it was in yen. I was like, let me work that out. And it was £4,000 for this model. I was like,
Damn.
it was like 340,000 yen. I was just like, oh shit, that's a lot of money.
Just listening to line, yeah, and you're like, damn, son.
Yeah, that is a lot of. Yeah,
Even get an
it's
oof
weird.
from Mag and Chat.
Yeah, uh, it's weird like how your British mind works is that like 1,000 yen, your mind just goes, oh wow, 1,000, that's a lot, that's big numbers, and then that 1,000 easily becomes 10, 100,000, and you think you've got a lot of more money than you have. So when you go out shopping and it's like, oh, this thing's only 2,000, this thing's only 5,000 here, but uh, the conversion rate, I've got a kind of good mindset to it now that like 1,000 yen is £5. So as soon as I seen something that's like 5,000 yen, my brain is just automatically going, "Oh, it's £25." And then you realize things are not so. Food is really cheap. Like if you're eating sensibly and you avoid your big tourist traps, as long as you don't eat like at restaurants all the time, and uh, like for example, if you wanted to eat steak all the time, you're going to be paying a lot of money. But yeah, there's some really nice places, and the other thing I have also been doing, which I never did last time I came out to Japan, it's probably why I've saved so much money, is I never realized you can just buy food from Family Mart and they all heat it up there, and then you just like, oh, you got a cheap meal.
Hmm.
Especially if you if you've woken up the day after, like having a good session with a bunch of people from the hostel like, until 4 o'clock in the morning, you don't want to attempt to speak Japanese because, Christ, when you're hungover, you can barely speak English. You just shuffle your ass into a family and you just pick up the trays and you walk, and just konnichiwa, and then they go microwave. You go, thank you, and yeah, you got your
Feed me,
food. But
please.
yeah,
I'm
but
too
like
hungover to translate myself.
I get so like so I was avoiding it for a while because I had no idea. I never tried a nari before.
Hmm.
But the boxes said Inari sushi, and my brain sees sushi and it's like, raw meat. I can't eat it. But no, Inari is just like a sweet rice roll, like in like a what do you call it? Like not like an omelet, but yeah, it's a dessert. It's not
Hmm.
fish, and really nice. So every time I go to Family Mart now, I'm like, pack of 3 Inari. Yes, I'm gonna eat the crap out of those. Thank you very much. But yeah, I could pick up a like a if you want a bottle of Coke, a soft drink, you can pick up a drink, a solid like meal, it's like a tray of inari, some of like dessert or something as well. Pot of little like pot of orange juice, like a cafe latte from the fridge as well, and that comes to £5. You can
Not
have an
getting that
entire
back
meal for
home.
£5. Not getting that back home, right? No, like Jesus, they're getting rid of the sandwich meal deal from Tesco's, because like clearly with the British people are not being fucked hard enough as it is. Like, so I think the Welsh government on top of the making everybody drive really fucking slow and breaking their cars is banning that too. So I'm so glad I'm not in the UK in Wales right
Yeah,
now for
that
that.
20 mile an hour. Oh,
Everyone's
my
going
cousin up the
mental.
road, both their cars are diesels, 2+ liter diesels. They are just in their engine going. It's not a
It's
good
for
time.
the environment. Everyone drives slow.
It's
Like,
horrendous. Like, our buddy Stefan, like, if he still had his bike, that thing, it doesn't stabilize until about 25 mile an hour. So we'd be driving like,
wobbling all the way,
yeah.
like almost with the handlebars. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like and also like lorry drivers, like it's mental for them and the gear changes. So yeah, they say it saves lives. That's bollocks. Because have you ever seen a frustrated driver then put his foot down and act recklessly because of the 20 miles per hour
Yep,
limit?
there's been a few already.
That's
And that's just me
that's what causes
driving to the nearest town and back.
yeah,
Yeah,
nah,
it's
bullshit.
ridiculous. But chat, if you have
But
any questions for my co-host here about December in Japan or anything else, feel free to chime in. But
I know.
there's been some gaming happening for you at least, right? The last month-ish you've been away?
Yes. Yeah, I get the odd look when I'm sat in the communal area. And I get an odd look now. They're probably wondering who the heck I'm talking to, the people around me. But like, yeah, I found a nice little sofa area in the communal spot. Plug in the laptop, plug in the gamepad, headset. I think people are just quite surprised at like the little, most people don't bring a laptop and do gaming when they're away. But if I was only away for like 2-3 weeks, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But I'm away for a year, so I take my time. It's not every single day I'm out traveling and doing things because you would just burn out. It's just too much to be doing something every day. So yeah, every so often, I just have a day where I stay in the hostel, boot up 14, play some 14 as well. I'm currently also playing Octopath Traveler 2 and Bravely Default 2. Once I finish with Octopath Traveler 2, I'll move on to Triangle Strategy. So these were 3 games that I had on the Switch. Never got round to playing them. Haven't got my Switch with me because I kind of had to make the decision on what I'm going to have to jettison and not take with me because my backpack came in at 21 kilograms. Currently now 23 kilograms because of the whiskey, but that's
It's worth those 2 kilos.
it was necessary. But yeah, like I didn't bring my Switch with me, so my laptop has come with me because I can use it for this. I can obviously keep myself trained up in robotic automation because that's my job, and do some gaming as well. So yeah, I decided to bring the laptop instead of the Switch.
But yeah, speaking about 14, as of day of recording, we are Saturday the 30th of September, and in a few days on Tuesday the 3rd, we have patch 6.5.
Yeah,
Glowing
so,
in light, and what a magnificent trailer we had for that.
yeah, it was quite impressive. But like I'd like some of the content that's coming out with that as well. I just hope I've got a stable enough connection to jump on like in a group of you guys and be able to play it.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
I think with my raid group, we've got plans to do the new Extreme Day 1 so we can go in blind. Guides have not been semi-made yet. Just like, yeah, let's work this out. Get scared. I'm like, why are we taking damage? Why are we dying? How do we do this?
I've got receding hairline as it is from stress, so I don't think I could do do that. It would be too much.
Mag in chat. Thank you, Mag, for being so vocal this evening. He looks forward to doing enough content to be able to go back and watch the trailer. He wants to do things in reverse. Hey, if it works for you, it works for you. But yeah, coming in patch, we have a new dungeon, we have the new trial, we have the new 24-man, we have what next? Unreal. Which is going to be a very difficult Unreal for Party Finder. We have King Forden Unreal and his lights round.
Yay.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
probably
Lord.
the toughest trial of Heavensward. That they've up to level 90, hyper-tuned it.
So, I was trying to think
Chat going
Thordan-
nuts with
King
Goblin D's.
King Thordan had a DPS check, didn't it?
DPS check, mechanic check,
So-
healing check,
So what the
tank
hell?
check.
What the hell is the DPS check gonna be like?
Oh,
for this
it's going to be
one now?
tough. Unreals are being tuned to the point that you can't outscale them. So it's very much you need to be on the ball mechanically to do the fights. The DPS checks are usually semi-lenient as long as you haven't got death over death over death over death.
Mm.
So it should be fine. I am trying to avoid any spoiler talk about the patch since we have somebody in chat who is still an expansion behind. Hello, Matt.
hurry up.
He was meant to be on the show tonight, but he is unwell, so get better soon, buddy boy. But yes, also
Fine.
Island Sanctuary is going up to rank 20, so get back to your island, get farming, get capturing animals.
This is true.
I remember, before you continue, back when he first announced Island Sanctuary, back during the Shadowbringers, when he was doing the press release for Endwalker, you're going, I'm never leaving that island, you won't see me, and you've been in twice? 3 times?
No, 3 times. 3 times. No, because if you remember, at the same time that Island Sanctuary came out, so did Harvestella, the video game Harvestella, and I was kind of like torn between the both because they, I do like the farming type sim games, and yeah, I think I played more Harvestella, but I have been back and forth. I will go back to it because of the not so stable connection in this hostel. Doing like solo content and Sanctuary is fantastic. It's easy, and I think, I got a good enough connection. As soon as I try to like do a daily roulette, and then I just start seeing the little red disconnect icon, I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna play crap now, aren't I?
Yeah.
Like, I do know my rotation. It's just lag.
But it is something I do want to point out from the trailer. So, Matt, when I drop my finger, that's when the end of the spoiler talk is happening. You've been warned. So, as part of the trailer, again, we added the last patch. Kryl received a letter. And we now know the reason that we're going to Tural in the new expansion is because of Grandfather's Day. And that's going to be a very interesting lead into the expansion, I think. Anything you want to say before I drop down the spoiler finger?
No, we're just gonna keep that finger up just because bloody Matt, hurry up, Baloo.
Mag also mutes. Hey. Cheeky chat. But yeah, 6.5 is going to be a time, but we got so many games coming, dude. Like, we've just had Lies of P come out, which has been fantastic so far. We've had Starfield come out. It's Bethesda. It's not Skyrim. I'm struggling to play it. I don't know why. Skyrim's the only Bethesda game I've ever sat down and gone, I'm in 100% and just lived in it multiple times.
Yeah, I think it's the theme, isn't it? Because we like the old kind of
Very much high fantasy people, yeah.
High fantasy. Yeah, so because I tried doing the same Fallout, I tried giving Fallout the same benefit of the doubt as I did Skyrim, but I just not that I couldn't get into it. I completed Fallout 3. Never finished 4. But it didn't draw you in as much.
I've
as
completed
Skyrim.
the Fallouts. They just took forever for me to finish.
But I've met other people that are quite the opposite. They like the whole my brother is a good example. He likes the post-apocalyptic kind of world and prefers that over Skyrim in high fantasy.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Skyrim. Like, even outside of the high fantasy setting, aesthetically, it was more pleasing to play. Whereas the Fallout games feel more sluggish and just not as engaging. And that's how I'm feeling about Starfield at the minute, which is a shame. Like, I'll continue playing it, Yeah. Like, the opening was semi-okay for Starfield. But, yeah, it just wasn't, holy shit, you're awake, here's a dragon, you're about to be beheaded. It wasn't crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you wake up on a spaceship and then someone going, "Oh, you're finally awake"? Like, oh, what?
You do get that sort of moment, like, you're a miner, you start as a miner, you get down, you interrupt an artifact, you see fucking visions, then you wake up and say, you're finally awake. So you do get sort of a nod to Skyrim. I'm only 5 minutes further down the line. I haven't even left the first planet yet. It's just like, yeah, I'm done for now.
Yeah, what's is that? Trying to think what other games that we. So there's some games I'm not going to be able to play. Rebirth obviously being a good example, because I again weight limit. And I didn't fancy lugging a PS5 around with me, so that
would have been a time.
Game I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait till I'm back in the UK next year to be able to play, which everybody would have played it by then. Although, unless of course Square Enix feels generous and want to release a Steam version of
Rebirth does have the lowest exclusivity period we've had for a Square Enix game, which is 3 months. So May next year is the end of the exclusivity clause. So it may come out on Steam before you come home. Maybe.
Yeah, well, quite possibly. So could be playing on Steam, but I don't mind. I think I can wait for that one. But there's Star Ocean 2 that'll be coming out in November.
The demo was fantastic of that.
Yeah, I haven't played the demo yet. I think I told you the reason why is because
you played the original.
Star Ocean 2. Yeah. I own the original on PS1, so it's. I'm just I don't want to spoil it, so I know what I'm getting myself into. It's a good game, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna be picking it up on Steam.
We got Tactica coming out in November.
Have we now got a release for Eiyuden Chronicles?
Eiyuden. I am not sure actually.
Eiyuden Chronicles.
As my browser takes over the other monitor again.
I'm so glad Maga said it. I just looked at the chat when you were talking about Starfield, and like you said, you start as a miner. I'm like, don't we all?
Yeah.
Don't we all?
That's Rising. Just saying that coming in next year, 2024.
Wow, I thought
April 23rd, apparently.
Oh.
At least it's out of the busy February. Because me and you, we are huge RPG nerds. And in the same month as Rebirth, we have Persona 3 Reload.
Oh,
I think they're within 5 days of each other.
Yeah. So I'm not going to be concerned there. You're going to be doing that. Oh, which one do I play?
I'm streaming one of them. I'm playing the other one.
Streaming Reload, playing Rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless I've got a capture card by then, in which case I'll be streaming both of them and just losing my mind.
So yeah, it's just gonna be Reload for me. I'm just gonna play the crap out of that because I will pick that for Steam.
I'm lucky it's on Game Pass. That subscription is paying for itself with some of these titles.
Other than that, I think the other game that we were going to mention, and they did mention at Tokyo Game Festival, which everyone should be able to play right now, is Ever Crisis.
Unless you're in Southeast Asia.
Southeast Asia?
Like Singapore. And the like. They cannot play the game. They was playing it on VPNs, and Square Enix noticed they was playing through VPNs and banned VPN connections. You've lost yourself some money, Square.
That's stupid. So what about people who, like, myself from the UK, who's gonna eventually get my ass down into Malaysia and Indonesia? Is the game just not gonna work for me?
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, well, I'll try and play as much as I can before that. But yeah,
luckily, we get a bit of content once per month with the mobile game, so you might have 2 months worth of content to come back to save all your gems. Right. But yeah, Ever Crisis, apart from being spend money, but I haven't spent a penny. Screw that shit. It's been
I
good. I've enjoyed it.
every every time I jump on the Ginza line, because that's the one from Asakusa where my hostel is currently. And you just sit there on the train, and everyone is just their heads down in some gacha game. The gacha games out here are just it's
Everywhere.
such big money. It's crazy. I don't see as a Western person like we don't see the massive appeal for gacha games. I think that's why they don't last too long. Like when they do release like a Western release, but like I'm persevering with this one because obviously we never got to. Well, we had First Soldier, but then that was a game that was closed down very
Well,
quickly. A
we
battle
did,
royale.
but Dylan, this iteration is
Mhm.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't,
So
Mac. We don't know anyone at all who disappeared for a week. But that's behind the scenes politics, so don't worry about it. But yeah, with the First Soldier stuff, we've got an actual quest line rather than just being a battle royale. And the characters are quite interesting as a team.
hmm, yeah,
Very much at a Nomura naming convention, because we got. When he was deciding the name for this team, he was drinking a cup of matcha. Matcha, green tea. Matt, Glenn, Lucia.
I'm surprised you say green, but there's something else green that I think he must have been smoking before he like.
Oh,
said
it's
that.
crazy
It-
Nomura, man.
if-
There's always
if-
something
I'm-
with that guy.
I'm pretty sure like he must have been drinking it, like having ayahuasca or something. When he came about with Kingdom Hearts, especially, it's just my god, that guy just goes off on a tangent now. I think he's put himself in his own little rabbit hole
Yeah.
of storyline.
Yeah, there's a reason why there's a Crazy Nomura Twitter account. It is at Crazy Nomura. And some of the things he tweets, you would just believe these days. It's like someone impersonating Donald Trump before he became president, and you go back to the tweet and say, wasn't this a real account?
Yeah, just my god, that is. But yeah, going back to it, Ever Crisis is a good storyline, so it is something like I will play and just try to ignore the
One of
gacha
the
side
really
it.
nice things they've done is we got character stories. At the minute, we've got Cloud, Tifa, and Ares, or Aerith even. So I've done Cloud and I've done Tifa. Have you touched any of them?
No, not yet.
So
Haven't
the
yet
gist
either.
is the TLDR for Cloud and Tifa is the Cloud one is how he snaps out of his macro poisoning, like what makes him turn back into a semi-human, and it also it sort of explains why he has that voice in his head in the early game in 7. It sort of explains all that. Tifa's is how she ended up in Midgar, how she got in with Avalanche, and I don't know what Aerith's one is about just yet. I think there's one now for Sephiroth, but I haven't touched the new story chapter for the Soldier yet to find out.
Yeah. Yeah, I do need to play a bit of catch up on Ever Crisis myself. The only reason why I haven't played much of it yet is because my god, that game milks your battery.
Yes.
It's
It's been the only game that's taken my phone down past 20% since I've had my phone.
You know, I got Google 6 Pro. Usually those phones are like fantastic on battery life.
Nah, we have to definitely say this for Ever Crisis. It is a beautiful fucking game. Like, polished polygon models for when you do an exploration, and then high res character models for battles.
Yeah.
And that's what
Do
drains your
you think-
battery.
Yeah, do you think Ever Crisis, some of the stuff they're filling in story-wise here, is going to be helping when it comes to Rebirth?
Yeah, I
it
think
will
they are
be-
planning at least the 7 content to hit Junon-ish before Rebirth hits. Because they said it'll tie into what Rebirth's going to be. So it's either we'll get to the City of the Ancients in Ever Crisis to match the ending of Rebirth, or at the start, it'll be somewhere between.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rebirth, me and Ash was having a chat the other day about a particular thing they've added into Rebirth, the most hilarious thing on the planet, and that is the character Red 13. As you may know
Oh
if you're
my
a Final Fantasy
god!
VII fan,
I
he is a
wasn't.
dog.
I wasn't prepared for that. I was
And,
trying to picture how a quadruped would sit on another quadruped, like
well,
so. No, it's not.
biped.
Chocobo,
Chocobos.
bipedal biped.
So
But
yeah, how would
anyways,
a
yeah.
dog sit on a chocobo? Surely it would just sit on top or run to the side. That makes the most sense, right, chat? No. Red 13
No,
sits on it like it's trying to be a human.
he sits on it like he looks like Gollum. It's funny. The character model is, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna be buggy as hell, and there's gonna be some funny like videos that are gonna come out or for pictures of Red 13 on a chocobo going wrong. Almost guarantee it.
Right. Just to quickly mess with stream, I'm moving your face, Ash, because I've got our call. But look at this, chat. Come on. Look at this.
Oh, it's just what is it?
It's crazy, is what it is. And I think we've got a bit of this left in Windows, so apologies. We're doing some camera manipulation on the fly.
I'm watching this. Well, yeah, definitely, Mag.
I'll be
That's
back.
what I mean. I'm just like did they just take the character models of a human of the characters they already have riding chocobos from obviously 7 remake and just like, oh yeah, just put a Red 13 skin on them. That'd be fine. That'll work.
Yeah. Like I'll say to you, Reddit, as you know, Reddit just has field days with shit like this. And the top comment was, I can't wait for someone to mod the chocobo away and move that pose of Red 13 behind something else. You're degenerates, Reddit.
Yeah,
You're
I
banned
know.
from the
Just
internet.
What's that like being you say every day we stray further away from God?
Yes,
Every
we
time
really do.
shit like that. I'm just like, yeah. Although our Discord chat
Yeah.
room
Our Discord. We don't need to go into that. No. But yes, there's definitely other games coming out that we're excited for. Like I said, Like a Dragon, we got 2 games of that coming out very shortly. We have a spin-off, The Man Who Will Raise His Name. And then we have the main game itself, Like a Dragon 8, Infinity Wealth, which is the main character, Ichiban, go to Honolulu, wake up there, butt naked, trying to find his mother.
Yeah, that sounds a little like a dragon. Just the, it's so slapstick in its type of comedy, yet it tries to be so serious as well, doesn't it?
And it is funny that the last 2 games we realistically mentioned that are AAA, Rebirth, and Infinity Wealth, both feature Segways. Segways, 2024's vehicle of choice.
It was so funny when the trailer was being played at Tokyo Game Show, and when it showed the part with Cloud on a Segway, all these like Japanese people about me like, oh, Sugoi, like, oh, it's amazing. I'm just like, I was just sat there like this going, why though? Got chocobos.
Yeah, we got chocobos. We have cars.
You can't.
We have the tiny Bronco.
Yeah, maybe it's like, with like Final Fantasy 14, you can't ride your chocobo inside the city. Maybe it's they might. Oh, do you think if they ever do when Rebirth gets released, do you think they will do like a special in 14 and we actually get a Segway as a mount? I fucking love that.
Oh yeah, we did. Hands up in chat if you want a Segway in 14.
Like, Segway in 14 would just be that would be my mount of choice.
Your hand wasn't up, fool. Just the confused populace behind you. Random hand raising. Like, what?
Sorry, I'm already being stared at for a bit anyway.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, certainly my hand will be going up for that one.
I would love if they envisioned the size scaling so it's bigger if you're a Lalafellon, or smaller if you're a Rothgar, so it's like a mini scooter and you're riding around like that.
Oh, that would be amazing. That'll clearly be the yeah. So how would how would they ride it though? Would they just be on the pedal with the handle, or would they just be hanging free falling like off the handles of the Segway? Yeah, Rothgar would be on one foot, like it'd be like a circus act.
Yeah, Square Enix, take our ideas. They're yours for free. Go nuts. But in terms of gaming, though, and Square Enix, that isn't all that we've heard about recently. We have
What's the
Final Fantasy VII card game, Materia Hunter, coming out next year.
I actually didn't. You know, I was at TGS and I didn't even see that.
Yeah, we got that coming next year, and we have the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop RPG coming out.
I did see that, so
I
yeah,
am
that
very
is,
excited for that.
it
But yeah,
is,
it's
that
nice
is
to
some-
see them do some unique things. Well, I say unique, a bit more out of the ballpark of here is a £1,500 vinyl player or a £4,000 guitar. This is something a layperson could buy for 50 quid. It's much better.
affordable. You mean?
Yeah, just
Not necessarily
better.
better, just affordable.
Well, you was at the Isatan thing. Did you see after the fashion stuff and their prices?
Right now, do you know what Izatan is? The shopping center. It's a place where I do not belong. Where so it was so the sixth floor
Sixth
where
floor.
the Final Fantasy display was the Eosia Cafe pop up. When you walk through the front door, it's all like Louis Vuitton, and Chanel.
Your high
It's-
fashion.
Yeah, and you just walk through the door and just see all like these rich women with their rich husbands buying obscene, costly jewelry. I was just, oh, I do not belong here. Got to the sixth floor, and yeah, so that Final Fantasy 14 collaboration is with Vogue. They collaborated with Vogue. I'm just like, my God, what? Why though? I don't know
Well,
anyone that's like
15
strictly into that.
collaborated with Vivian Westwood, you know.
Mm. It's such a Japanese thing here. They just have random collaborations where, like, if you have any form of collaboration in the UK, it actually makes sense. It's like a video game will collab with just so happens another video game. You
Yeah.
won't have like a random fashion label like doing any collaborations.
Yeah, it's like Pokemon with McDonald's. We released trading cards that you can play in the trading card game. It's a collaboration that works.
Yeah, it's and they're very few and far between. We're here. You just go into. I think I mentioned this the other day to a guy in the hostel. I was like, I think the reason why in the UK, when it comes to like chocolates or just any like branded stuff, we can't like collaborate or like advertise well for us cartoons, but like here they have just like every random. You go into a shop here and they'll have anime. You'd have like Sword Art Online chocolates. You would have like your Dragon Ball Z like chewing gums with stickers, and I think the reason why they don't do that in the UK is like, oh, you don't want to entice children to eat sweets. Of course they're gonna eat sweets. They're fucking children. I don't think you need to entice them anymore. It doesn't matter. So it would be good to have some of that collaboration stuff in the UK. Our chocolates are just boring, unfortunately.
Yeah. All of our collabs in the UK do tend to be boring when it's normal stuff. It's like you're getting a neat chicken emote in a few days from the KFC collaboration with 14.
Yeah. So how many KFCs do I need to eat now? So
Well, there's one for you, one for me, one for Matt and Mag in chat. There's a lot. There's a lot of chicken.
I'm gonna be Kentucky Fried Stuffed.
Well, we have to make sure the item code works outside of the Japanese region, to be fair.
So obviously I would guinea pig that first.
Yeah, so it could be one KFC.
If it's a code that you redeem from Workstation, I don't see it being.
They
any
do
different
get
based
region
on-
locked to your account, because the last time they did one of these, it was region locked, which I think was a pizza one they did.
Was it Pizza Hut?
I'm
Was it
not sure.
How-
There's been so
how
many
does
of these collaborations, I've lost track of them all.
how does the eat pizza emoji work? Does he just have like a singular slice, or does he just
Probably.
have an entire pizza and just stuff it in your face.
But the best thing about this collaboration was the Twitter account of KFC Japan, with from the back Colonel Sanders in his white outfit with his white hair, just going to ley lines and release an Astral Fire 4. So yes, Kentucky Fried Chocobo coming October 4th to Japan.
They do know how to advertise here. I give them that.
Yeah. But canonically now, Colonel Sanders is a black mage in Final Fantasy 14. He is canon to our world.
Well, to be honest, he is. I'm not surprised he's up the destruction magic. He looks the type.
He needs that fire to go with the Hills of Spice. You have to wonder sometimes he knows the secrets to the Spice Melange. Because he has to get back and forth Heidelin somehow to get his chocobos out to the real world.
Do you think that's what the Meteor Chocobo, isn't it? He's like the ultimate enemy of Colonel Saunders of the game. We're gonna have to stick him in Borgia just to go after him.
Yeah, we need the Colonel Sanders raid in 14. But yeah, speaking of collabs, we are getting that crazy one in 14 at some point in the 6.5 cycle. The Final Fantasy 14 side of the Fall Guys collaboration. I am so down for this. It's going to be hectic and crazy. It has 14's physics engine, so it's going to be even sillier. Because you can't grab people. The game isn't programmed for that. It is a knockout stage. It's just going to be a time. And it's going to be brilliant and awful and hair-pulling. What little hair I have left.
I definitely could be having a go of that. That's for sure.
Because I did load up Fall Guys on the PS5 just to do a little bit of the Battle Pass for the 14 stuff. Hydro Pull for everyone. You menace, man. Get out of here. Don't push everyone off using the Blue Mage spell. That is something I still want the 14 dev team to work on, is the Blue Mage only Battle Royale. And you have to pick up spells on the battlefield.
That would actually be quite ludicrous, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It also works for a 14 style Battle Royale, the idea of Blue Mages having to learn spells from enemies in the wild or stealing spells from their kills.
Can you do Blue Mage as PvP?
No.
No. No, that would be fun.
It would also be broken. Right. There's 5 of them on Crystal. We need to take it over to win the match. Run in, self-destruct.
Beasting.
I shall take you with me.
That would be so. Yeah, if you did front lines and like just all Blue Mages, you just have like a group of people that would run in as like suicide bombers. Just be crazy.
Blue Mage shenanigans. But yeah, we are 55 minutes in the show. We'll run for another 5 more minutes. Is there any other games you want to talk about that's coming out, or are you excited about? Or even game-related media?
Game-related media. Trying to think.
Because we have at least 3 video game animes on its way out now. We have Devil May Cry. We have Onimusha. And we have Tomb Raider. The latest Castlevania series, Nocturne, came out a couple of days ago as well.
Oh, so is this is sequel or prequel to?
Sequel. It's the kid.
Ah.
So he's off Belmont, off Ice Mage.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that because we did go through Castlevania and like,
such a good show.
It's a very adult theme. Let's put it that way.
And that's how Onimusha, Devil May Cry, and Tomb Raider are looking as well. I think they're all coming to Netflix as well. So,
there's one thing I definitely have learned with Japan is that they emphasize on like really cute, like everything has to look really cute and ditzy, and it's to a point that, like, from my Western eyes, it's like really, it ends up being cringe. Like being too cute and adorable just ends up making me pull this face when I'm watching it.
Yeah,
Just my God. Yeah, like I've been going through like certain, like, 'cause I haven't watched like certain animes, like, I like my action, like Bleach, for example, but then when it came to like your slice of life animes, I haven't really watched anything in years. So recently I watched Toradora. That one was not too bad. I actually I did like that one. It did have a story to it. It was quite funny in parts. But then there's one on Netflix now called Romantic Killer, and or Romance Killer, and my God, that is just, it's so stupid. It's just like, oh Christ, it makes you cringe in parts of it. Um, I persevere in watching it all now because it's only like 15 episodes. Like, I'm starting off with like the smaller animes where they just like maybe 15 or 30 episodes to the anime itself. Then I might expand on that. I
yeah.
just thought,
My
Japan.
suggestion for you, especially because you're going to the Gundam statue, is to watch Gundam Unicorn. It's 14 episodes.
Oh, yeah,
And it'll
I
give
would
you an
do that.
appreciation of how cool a Destroy Mode Unicorn 01 is. Because that was my first Gundam show, and it sold me.
I know it's you don't know where to start there because Gundam's been around for so
They
long.
have
You don't know.
different timelines and different stories. So it's like trying to find something that's like standalone. Like Unicorn is part of the Universal Century ones, but you can also just watch the two Unicorn related projects by itself, which is Unicorn and a film that came out after it. And you could just be fine with that. Then you got stuff like Witch from Mercury, I think, standalone. That's the current series they're doing. But like, they even did an anime about Gunpla, the models you build for Gundam. There was an whole show about that, where it was you build your model, then you had like an AI simulation of your models fighting.
Wow.
It was,
Yeah.
Gundam
Many.
Build Divers, I think that one was called.
I'll start with Unicorn.
Yeah,
We'll make it,
definitely.
we'll make it too complicated.
But as for me, to answer my own question, game I'm looking forward to in a minute. One, I'm open to drag Mag and Lucille on board for is a spin off from the Stellaris games, Star Trek Infinite. I am going to Klingon Empire across the galaxy. Kapla! Yeah, Mag's still on the fence about this, but I'm sure he'll get it. He likes Stellaris. It's more excuse to try new builds. You'll play. You'll play.
I shall make you.
But that will be us done for this episode of the Within Crisis podcast. Our man in Japan. Thank you so much, chat, for coming out and hanging out with us. We will try and get another show on the books soon. We are waiting for a buddy of ours to finish up a game to do a show. Tarkov, if you're listening to this, hurry up. Because I don't know when we got Ash free next to do a show. But outside of that, programming notes, I'm usually streaming Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. You're on twitch.tv/Within Crisis. Thursday nights at midnight BST, I'm over on Ready Chick Radio as part of the Reddit Grind podcast. So we'll be talking more Final Fantasy Square Enix over there. Ash, where can people find you if they want to tune into your journey?
Well, actually, if knowing 0250 on Instagram, that is actually where I'm actively posting places I visited and doing. For example, recently got involved in a Mikoshi Festival, so I carried a big old shrine around on my back. That was entertaining and painful because that thing is heavy.
Well, it also doesn't help when there's a person next to you holding it like this. I am not going to break my nails. I won't break my nails.
I'm helping. Like, sort of like put someone else in it that would generally help because my back hurts and my legs. So Knowing0250 on Twitter and on Instagram as well. So mostly posting on Instagram. But yeah, I actually probably will look to start posting stuff on Twitter. Actually, that would make sense.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's pretty much.
As for myself, I am Flynn Lawlight, your humble host for gaming streams and this podcast. You can find me personally over on Twitter at Flynn_Lawlight, or doing our usual community posts over on Within Crisis. You'll find the folder list over on YouTube at Within Crisis Podcast, otherwise here on Twitch at Within Crisis. Until the next time, folks, take care.
See you.